Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
Are Wolf Stadium's days numbered as home for the San Antonio Missions baseball team? An official plan will be unveiled tomorrow. We have some of the plans tonight. I'm Steve Spriester. I have a live report from here at Wolf Stadium.
You're here today and you're gone tomorrow because I truly love my dog, and it wasn't in a million years I thought I'm not going to have that chance tomorrow.
But first tonight, two families are in unimaginable pain tonight after their dogs were shot and killed over the weekend. Both of those incidents took place within minutes of each other and just a few blocks away. And now people in a Northside neighborhood are trying to understand why. The night team's John Paul Barajas sat down with both of those pet owners.
Just after midnight on Saturday, this dark SUV pulls up to an unsuspecting husky. People inside shoot once, killing 2-year-old Everest, and take off.
So hard for me to see her go down like that. She was so sweet, so sweet. She didn't do anything to anybody.
As horrifying as this video is, Everest was the second dog gunned down that same night here in the central Los Angeles neighborhood. Just blocks away, and minutes before, 4-month-old Rosie was killed.
I can never get my friend back. Like, I genuinely miss her. Like, anytime I come outside right now, like, I try to look for her, and I still can't, like, really accept the matter of what happened, that she's gone.
Both victims asked to remain anonymous for their safety. They tell us they didn't just lose pets, but family members this weekend, and can't understand why or who would do something like this. SAPD believes the people in the black SUV are responsible for both incidents.
No, he really stayed in the area. After he did that, he was plotting on what he's gonna do next. And it wasn't escaping, it was who can I hurt next. It was really too easy. He pulled up, bang. It's almost like, how long have you been doing this?
For puppy Rosie, she was behind a fence within her owner's property, laying in her favorite spot in the yard that she used to share with her mom. Everest was visiting a neighbor's home that she frequented often to check in and get as well as give some love.
Everest knew when you were having a bad day or maybe didn't feel well. She would come and sit next to you, she would look at you, and she would put her little paw on you.
While she and the rest of the neighborhood worry what else the suspects are capable of.
If they can do that to my dog, what makes me think that they're not going to do this to somebody else or to, another dog or another person?
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Look at those sweet faces. Now, if you remember that black SUV in the video, if it looks familiar to you or you know who did this, call San Antonio Police. The number's right there on your screen. It's 210-207-8141. New on the Nightbeat, a mother and stepfather in jail tonight in connection with the death of their 12-year-old daughter. The Atascosa County Sheriff's Office arrested 36-year-old Denise Balvaneda and 40-year-old Gerald Gonzalez. Investigators say the child received serious, life-threatening injuries Thursday night, but say that Balvaneda didn't call 911 until Monday night. The child died that evening. Balvaneda and Gonzalez are now charged with injury by omission. Also new tonight, we've learned that a Bexar County jail inmate has died. According to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, the 62-year-old was pronounced dead around 2 o'clock this afternoon. We still have lots of questions here at KSAT that we're working to get answers on. We still don't know the person's name, even how they died. The Texas Rangers are now handling that investigation. Tonight, we're staying on top of a story that we told you about months ago. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office has increased the reward to $10,000 to the person who gives them information that helps them find the suspects that you're looking at right here on your screen. They're believed to be involved in a shooting that killed a 4-year-old little girl. Happened back on May 8th at a home on Windsor Hollow in Northeast Bexar County. Marianne Marble, her 2 young siblings, and 2 adults were hit by the bullets. Marianne died from her wounds. If you can help investigators solve this case, call Crime Stoppers. Numbers 210-224-STOP. In 9 hours, we're going to be learning some major economic news. The Labor Department is going to release something called the Consumer Price Index, or CPI report. It measures how quickly prices are changing on things that you pay for, like food or gas. Last month's CPI report showed that inflation was down, which is good news. Experts do expect that trend to continue, which is awesome if you're planning to take out loans in the future. If tomorrow's inflation numbers are high, that could change the Fed's plan to cut interest rates when it meets on September 18th. So we'll be watching for that tomorrow morning. Many of you have opinions about our San Antonio Missions minor league baseball team and the idea of them moving to a new venue over in downtown San Antonio. Remember, we asked you about this. Well, tonight, our Steve Spriester has been at the team's current home field on the west side at Nelson Wolff Stadium. Nice to see you, Steve. You spoke with Mayor Ron Nirenberg earlier today, and he said something that could change people's opinions who are on the fence about moving the stadium.
Yeah, very interesting details, Stephanie, that we learned. You know, tonight is the first Missions home game since a lot of the details around the possibility of their new ballpark downtown were revealed. Tomorrow, we know the city council, the mayor, and a lot of the members of Missions ownership will be at City Hall to unveil part of that plan. But we did get some of the details tonight. A lot of concerns have been about the fact who's going to pay for it. Will taxpayers be on the hook? That's a question I took to Mayor Ron Nirenberg today, and he was very clear when he told me taxpayers will not be footing the bill. All right, I want to make sure I understand you correctly in what you just said. So for the average San Antonio taxpayer, they will not see any increase in any of their property tax or sales tax or any hotel motel tax, any of that going forward with this new stadium.
That's correct. And, you know, there'll be a lot of cynicism about that because we've seen deals, sports deals and lots of big promises made all across the country. But I will tell you again, the financing for this ballpark is being generated specifically by a zone inside this development. It's all self-contained. It protects taxpayers. It protects the city from risk.
You heard it there, Mayor Nirenberg saying that it won't be on the hook for taxpayers, that investors in the Missions will be picking up part of the bill, along with taxes that come from development around the stadium in what is a tax increment funding, a TIF zone. That is what will fund it. Now, all of this started, if you're wondering why the Missions need a new stadium, it's because Major League Baseball says they do. Major League Baseball says right now Wolff Stadium is not up to snuff. It does not meet the minimum Major League, minor league standards. Here's what they're looking for. Here are some of the requirements for all major and minor league stadiums. Multiple batting cages, women's locker rooms, larger clubhouses for both teams, office renovations, more storage, and increased seating by about 2,000 seats. The Wolff Stadium Players Clubhouse isn't big enough under those rules, and Missions officials tell me to expand it would cost as much as a new stadium. And as I said, Missions owners and city leaders, including the mayor, will unveil that new plan tomorrow. Of course, KSAT 12 will be there. But one of the reasons we're out here tonight is we wanted to talk to fans and people who work at the Wolff and ask them to weigh in on all this.
Number one seller is going to be the soda and water. They go like hotcakes, like nobody's business. I think it'd be good for the community, all in all, because it'll bring more jobs for us.
We have Oscar, Julio, and Nancy, and they are here at the Beer Vendors. By the way, Julio's stage name is Rico Suave, in case you were wondering. Yeah. Talk about the prospects of the Missions moving downtown, what you think about it.
I mean, I support them either way. I'll be there. I mean, you know, I love it here. Been here for years. But if they got to do that, you know, we'll follow them.
I'm for it. I like it. It's time for a change. Let's put it this way. I've been to a few other minor league stadiums, and ours is out of date. It's antiquated.
What do you think about the prospects of the Missions building a new ballpark downtown?
You know, for me, I'm happy about it. I mean, obviously I grew up here, and I remember the days at VJ Key Field watching them play out there. And it's just kind of progressed into a new area.
I just love it here. I think it's great for downtown to be, revitalize that area.
I can't come to a game and not try on some Chanclas gear. We're talking to people about what they think about the Missions moving downtown.
I'm conflicted. Parking is easier here.
By the way, that's a sweet hat.
Thank you.
All right, I want to try on the yellow Chanclas.
You got it.
Probably 7 3/4, I'm guessing. Yes, I have a big head. Look, he has to go back and get the extras. I have a big noggin, I'm sorry. Weighing both of them. I'm going to take this one. Charge it to KSAT.
Thank you very much.
All right, so yes, we may have to wait till 2028 until we find out if the Missions get a new ballpark, but we know for sure tonight, Spriester got a new hat, a new lid. I got to work the bill a little bit, Stefania, but and I'm sorry to report the Missions lost tonight to the dastardly sod poodles from Amarillo 5-0, but it was great to be out here all day. We got out here at 3:30 and talked to fans.
And you got a hat. You're going to put that hat to good use. I know you. All right.
Absolutely. You can borrow it if you want.
Okay. I'll take you up on that. Show it off in the meantime. Thanks, Steve.
All right.
Another news tonight. A family in Jourdanton filed complaints with the state about how their 4-year-old boy was treated at a daycare. An employee made the child stand on his tippy toes while squatting for possibly as long as 30 minutes. That was supposed to be a punishment. Next on the Nightbeat, KSAT investigates the repeated visits that state investigators made to that very facility. Don't go away. I need you to take a moment and just imagine this: trusting a daycare to watch your 4-year-old and then learning that an employee there punished your child by making him stand on his tiptoes while squatting. That scenario played out at an Atascosa County facility, and the boy, according to state records, was forced to hold that position for possibly as long as 30 minutes.
It hurts and it gets me angry because it's not appropriate for him to be disciplined or any child to be disciplined in that manner, no matter what they do.
KSAT investigates Dylan Collier visited that daycare as parents continue to raise concerns.
The way he started acting at home changed. We started getting more complaints that didn't seem like his behavior.
Jessica Hirschlip says she is the mother of a, quote, wild child. Her 4-year-old son has been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. Earlier this summer, he came home from Jourdanton's Shining Stars Daycare Center and described doing a tummy squat on his tiptoes. His parents recorded the boy's account of what took place.
Oh, they make you put your feet like that? They tell you to put your feet like that? Oh my goodness, that is not good, buddy.
The child, according to a June investigation by Texas Health and Human Services, had been removed from his classroom for a timeout and asked by an employee to stand still on a piece of tape on the floor. The punishment lasted anywhere from 4 to 30 minutes.
And they make you stand like that? Yeah. Do they make you stand like that for a long time?
And then you entrust your kids into a daycare to take care of these child and know that they're going to do the proper type of discipline. And for them to fail at doing that is that's the saddening part.
The boy's aunt, Lena Moreno, said it was common for daycare staff to isolate her nephew from his classmates.
I would go to pick him up and he would never be in his class.
Moreno says she had previously expressed concerns about the cleanliness of Shining Stars after her own 18-month-old son contracted a virus in May and was hospitalized. KSAT is not aware of any evidence indicating the conditions at the daycare center caused the virus. Moreno even offered to clean the classrooms on her days off.
The day that I did take him back, I talked to the owner myself, and I told her that I knew that it wasn't sanitary there, and that if they needed the help, that I was off the next 3 days.
She shared pictures with KSAT provided by a daycare employee showing bottles marked clean, still caked with milk or formula. Moreno eventually removed both of her children from the center's care and filed multiple complaints with Health and Human Services.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Dylan with KSAT 12.
Yes, sir.
Reached for comment, Shining Stars owner confirmed state licensing investigators had made 3 unannounced visits to her facility in as many weeks. She declined to say how long the 4-year-old was made to stand on his tiptoes or whether that staff member still works there.
I'm not going to speak till I've reached my attorney.
But did confirm a teacher had failed to clean bottles properly, and that issue had been, quote, taken care of.
A spokeswoman for Health and Human Services told KSAT via email, HHSC's top priority is the health and safety of children in child care operations they regulate. She then added that details about abuse and neglect investigations are confidential. Shining Stars Daycare Center remains in operation. It was cited for 3 deficiencies in all after the tummy squat investigation, including prohibited punishments and caregivers not demonstrating competency, good judgment, or self-control. No deficiencies were listed related to sanitary conditions at the facility. And Shining Stars, according to state records, had 0 violations in its 6 previous inspections. For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
You're watching this and probably thinking, okay, there's a lot more to the story, and you're right. So scan that QR code if you want to read KSAT Investigates' full investigation into the tummy squat punishment. The story, by the way, is also on our website, ksat.com. Switching gears now, you see at the bottom of your screen, 89 degrees. We're about to show you a live picture outside, or before then, we're going to show you Adam's face. So Adam, all right, so talk to me. Whatever we've been doing, I guess, all week to prepare for the heat, the humidity, I would guess we're going to have to continue on with that.
Oh, yeah, it's more of the same. Get used to this for a while. It's August, and climatologically speaking, the hottest time of the year here in San Antonio. Let's get right to our triple-digit tally. 17 100-degree days. Today, we hit 100 exactly, and that was 6 degrees shy of the record. By this time last year, we were at 48. This time 2 years ago, 58. And we'll keep racking them up here. Anywhere from 100 to 102 is what we're expecting for high temperatures over the next 7 days, and probably even more than that as the upper level heat high stays intact. The Climate Prediction Center, the temperature outlook all the way through August 23rd, keeps Texas and our neck of the woods above average. But you look at the Great Lakes and West Coast, and actually odds of being below average in those locations. Here's a look at the overall rainfall potential. And what I like to call the Texas donut hole is back. And I mean the middle part of a donut, not the little ones you buy separately, right? Notice over Texas, we're kind of blank in terms of rain, and that's because of the upper level high, the heat high, with that dome effect, and the blocking effect keeps the showers and thunderstorms deflected away from us. We have to talk about Ernesto. Tropical storm Ernesto starting to come together a little bit more as it impacts Puerto Rico as a tropical storm. But as it steers away from Puerto Rico tonight and into tomorrow, becoming a hurricane, and then potentially even a Category 3 major hurricane as it nears Bermuda. Notice this is going to go north in the Atlantic and steer itself away from the U.S. And actually the computer guidance is in really good agreement with this, particularly or partially because of very well-defined steering flow that we have out in the Atlantic at this moment. 79 at 7 a.m. tomorrow, 93 at noon, triple digits exactly, 100 the high temperature, but it'll feel like it's about 104 to 107 for a bit when you factor in the humidity, and a southeasterly breeze at 10. Pleasanton up to 101. Carrizo Springs back to 104 today. Cotulla, you'll be up to 103, and Gonzales at 99. And really, same thing every day going forward. It's the rinse and repeat, or heat and repeat, as we were calling it earlier. Heat and repeat. Live cam outside, clear sky right now. You know, it still is possible to see the Perseid meteor showers. It's just you need to get away from city lights, and between midnight and dawn is about the best time. So you may be able to see them if you're lucky and you're outside overnight.
Thank you. A lot of people are pumped right now. They're thinking about football, pro football, college football, high school football.
Yep.
The Steel Knights last season had an awesome season, and they're really pumped. They want to continue that this year.
They do, and they're one of the top 6A teams in the state again this season, which is really no surprise because from top to bottom, the Steel Knights are a very good team. They're looking to make another deep playoff run. And Dallas Cowboys' Tyler Guyton, well, he's going to get more first-team reps. We'll explain why coming up. The Steel Knights are one of the top class 6A football teams in the state of Texas. They're ranked number 10 in the state per Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine preseason rankings. The Knights went 13-2 last season, advancing to the state semis where their season ended December Creek 38-14. Steel is loaded on offense with 9 starters returning from last season, including QB1 Chad Warner, wideout Jalen Cooper, and wide receiver Royal Capel.
Excited again to get the season going again. Feels like yesterday I was a junior getting ready for the season, so we had a great summer. A whole lot of work went in. Coaches put a lot into us, and we all worked individually together. and it's a whole lot of work, and I'm ready for the season to start.
The vibe, I mean, we've just been ready to go at it. We've been waiting for day one. You know, God's been going hard the whole summer, working hard, so we're ready for that.
Excited about to get the year started. We got a lot coming back, and we're excited to see what the year brings.
The Knights will open the season with Liberty Hill Friday, August 30th at Lenoff Stadium at 7:30 p.m. With offensive lineman Chuma Edoga out several weeks with a toe injury, the future could be now for rookie Tyler Guyton. The Cowboys drafted him with the mindset of playing left tackle for many years to come. The Cowboys' experience and depth, though, has taken a hit because Edoga can play both tackle positions and guard. Guyton and edge rusher Micah Parsons have gone head-to-head a handful of times during training camp, and Parsons is impressed with the rook.
I mean, he's firm, got a good grip, natural length. You can tell he has a natural strength, natural athleticism. I haven't really got to go against him too much so far just because he's been sick and stuff like that. It'll be exciting to keep getting him better, man. I think the sky's the limit for him, and I just want to do everything I can to make sure he's ready week one.
Coach McCarthy said that Guyton and rookie center Cooper Beebe are expected to pick up more first-team reps. After spending last week in Northeast Ohio to practice, the Texans have returned home to Houston to continue training camp. After playing in the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio, the Texans stayed in the Buckeye State to prep for their road game at the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Texans are back in Houston practicing, and that is Coach Ryan's approved.
Training camp day for us with the heat and external elements. As we all know, it's pretty hot and humid here in Houston. It's what we have to deal with, nothing we complain about, just something we got to go to work, right? And so I tell our guys, no matter what it is, for me, it's about adversity. And when it hits you, like, how do you respond? And so a lot of guys, some guys responded well today, some didn't. So it's a lot for us to learn from and build off of.
Houston will host the New York Giants this Saturday at noon. In college football, the Incarnate Word football team is almost 2 weeks away from its first game of the season when they host Northern Colorado. And one of the fun parts of practice this morning was seeing the camaraderie of the team in full song, not pictured though, singing happy birthday to offensive lineman Travion Newsom, who transferred to UIW in the offseason, and he's really enjoying being a Cardinal.
Man, it feels so good. Ever since I came here, it's been welcoming. No disrespect to my old school. I kind of feel a different love here. It's just a family. Especially during fall camp, it kind of brings us together more because we're around each other every day. I'm up from 5:30 in the morning to 9 o'clock, so I have to be around these guys. So building bonds, getting to know guys, we having different kind of conversations, deeper conversations. My boy T-New, yeah, it's great to have that camaraderie and that bond that we have with the other side of the ball. If we need each other throughout life, we can call on each other and be there for each other for sure.
Kickoff for that home opener against Northern Colorado is at 6 p.m. on August the 31st. Astros' Alex Bregman did it offensively and defensively tonight after the break. The Astros at the Rays today, and Alex Bregman was a one-man wrecking crew. Top of the fifth inning, tied at 1 when Bregman goes home run to left field to make it 2-1 Houston, his 19th homer this season. Bottom of the fifth, Breggy flashing the leather now. Josh Lowe hits the ball into foul territory, and Bregman runs from third base with a sliding catch down the third base line. Jeremy Pena added a solo shot for the Astros, and that was more than enough as Houston goes on to beat the Rays 3-2, and they now lead the Mariners by 1.5 games for first in the AL West. And the Red Sox outscored the Rangers 9-4. And in Texas League tonight, the Sod Poodles, unfortunately, shut out the Missions 5-0 at the Wolf.
Yeah. We saw Steve earlier, and he told us all about it.
Oh, he did? Way to steal my thunder, Spreester. Bring me back some popcorn.
Yeah, or maybe a hat or something.
Exactly.
Right, thank you. We'll be right back.
Here's a great picture from today. Notice what the Pins user quoted as weird twirly rainbow in the sky. It's actually cloud iridescence. And when you have liquid droplets and sometimes ice crystals of the similar size, sometimes you get that refraction, the bending of the light, and you get the cloud iridescence. And back to school for some kids. Always got to feature this. And that's my favorite.
Oh, first week back for the kids.